Welcome to Englewood After Dark, Episode 10, Uninvited Guests. Englewood After Dark is a serialized horror audio drama and, for best experience, we recommend starting with Episode 1. Content warnings for this episode include conspiracy talk, violence, both implied and real, threats, and mentions of murder. Remember, if you're enjoying Englewood After Dark, you could help us out and leave a review. Hey there, intrepid mystery lovers, and welcome back to a reunion episode of Englewood After Dark.
After our tragic parting of ways last episode.
Precisely. I'm your host, sometimes a bitch, Pemberly, and this is my co-host, sometimes needs to pump the brakes, Nightingale.
Only sometimes, though. Also, only Eve is allowed to call herself a bitch, so watch out, evil commenters. I will block you.
Joining us here today is Sebastian, tired of your shit, Westwick, and Carmen. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Feran.
Whatever, Evelyn.
Do you really want me to play the full name game, Mr. I have two middle names and one of them is literally the word reckless?
Bold of you to assume any information you know about me is true.
Hi guys! The real Sebastian.
Fuck you.
Died several years ago. This guy's a dupe. If you're looking for your own dupe, there's a little place down by the river, selling them cheap.
And if you guys at home are wondering what happened between the somewhat upsetting end of the last episode and our sudden cheerful demeanors, worry not. We will explain everything.
Actually, Finn, pump the brakes. Seb and I came to a consensus.
Wait, what?
Quick, Eve, check the sky. Is it falling?
And we decided we're gonna tell this story.
You two finishing each other's sentences is terrifying, but I welcome your guys' version of the events, I guess.
Yeah, easy enough for you to say. Carmen's gonna be narrating yours. She's much less...
Seb?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah, often is. Good old Papa's kind of wild, you know? Like fuck.
I feel like we're getting way off topic.
We are.
And so, allow the two of us to tell you the tale of the time these lovable dumbasses had a giant friendship fight.
I mean, giant?
Yes, giant. Are you kidding yourself? You two send each other memes like every 10 minutes and you went from that to actual radio silence. You know, sometimes I'd see her snort at a meme, go to send it to Finn, and then have to stop herself. It was kind of heartbreaking.
Aww.
Lame.
Is it too late to take back what I said about wanting them to do this?
Far too late. Carmen, please continue.
Right, well, Evie was very upset, but doing that Eve thing where she aggressively pretends everything is fine, but actually becomes a human robot in the process. It was a very iRobot style dorm arrangement for a while though.
What? I like to keep busy when I'm upset.
To run from the emotions?
Exactly.
She started to fold not only her own underwear, but also mine.
That's impressive.
She also commandeered a ladder so she can change our lampshade to one that she made out of paper crafts.
Wow.
What? I'm crafty.
Meanwhile, in our dorm, someone had bought his weight in junk food and had taken to lying on his bed for vast amounts of the day, blasting Evanescence on his headphones.
Wow.
Listen, Amy Lee just gets me, okay?
That's not even the worst of it. He stopped going to classes and started to fucking stink. I had to threaten him to get him to shower.
Finn does get stinky when he's sad.
And when the threatening didn't work, I dragged him down the hall to the showers and held him under the faucet, fully clothed, until he agreed to actually shower for fuck's sake.
He waterboarded me.
I'm more enamored with the fact that he felt the need to clarify that you were fully clothed when he tossed you in there.
Yeah, a very no-homo move there.
I try to preserve your dignity, and this is what I get.
At what point during that entire thing did you try and preserve my dignity?
Right there, where I mentioned that at least you weren't naked.
I don't think anyone was worried about that, honestly.
He was wearing a Hello Kitty sweatshirt, though.
Oh, the one I got you for Christmas?
Yep.
I think it was shortly after the world's straightest waterboarding incident
Fuck you.
that Seb messaged me telling me we needed to do something. And I agreed. So I did the one thing I can think of that was guaranteed to work. I called Evie's mum and told her Evie wasn't talking to Finny.
She snitched.
I employed maximum emotional guilt trip.
Like a traitor.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
While she was crying, I was working on Finn.
Working on me.
Are you telling the story?
Well, you're certainly not. You yelled at me, and then you locked me out.
I told you to pull your fucking shit together, to stop sulking, and admit that Eve was probably both right and smarter than you. But that didn't mean you weren't right too, and that you needed to figure it out and stop fucking sulking and just talk to her.
And then you locked me out of our dorm in my towel in December.
Yeah, an almost naked blue Finn showed up at our doorstep.
And he immediately hugged me. Though I think that was because he was about to freeze to death, more than anything.
Anything could have happened to me. I could have been kidnapped. Again.
Walking across a heavily lit courtyard and up 2 flights of stairs?
It's the principle of the matter.
Once our Finsicle arrived, there was much crying and rebonding and hugging to be had. It was adorable. But Seb and I weren't finished just yet.
We called a meeting the next morning to talk the whole clusterfuck of the Brotherhood out.
We reviewed mine and Evie's whole murder board with the information we had so far.
It adds a certain horrifying ambiance to the room, for sure.
I still can't believe you had such a huge corkboard.
What? They were throwing it out. And you know what they say.
Given even the slightest provocation, Carmen will dumpster dive.
I have found some excellent stuff in the trash.
One time, she tried to bring home an armchair that had an opossum living inside of it.
I said some excellent stuff. I'm not infallible.
Moving on from the trash panda over here.
Bite me.
So, we laid our cards out on the table.
And we came to the consensus that we needed more help. That asking for help is sometimes a great idea.
You know what that is? Growth.
Are you intentionally a living meme, or did that just happen naturally?
I'm all natural, baby. Hey!
And, speaking of ideas, great or otherwise, we came up with a plan of action. If the university wasn't going to do anything about it, we would.
We had one partially confirmed member of the Brotherhood in our as-yet nameless, evil voice threatening us at the end of an episode. But we needed more proof. More members.
And not just alleged members. We needed rock-solid, unshakable proof.
We already knew about the basement of the library being their creepy meeting place.
We just needed access.
And not to name any names,
Due to legal reasons.
but getting that access was helped along by a longtime friend of the podcast.
So we had a location,
Creepy basement.
an aim,
Find irrefutable proof that these guys are in fact up to no good.
and a means of getting it.
Sort of a backstage pass courtesy of our favorite custodian.
Did you break it?
Hey, Seb broke the chair.
Your fat ass broke the chair.
It was your fat foot, actually.
Okay, let me see.
I highly doubt you're going to be able to do anything. She snapped the metal peg.
Christ, you two.
It was her.
him.
Jinx, you both owe me a Coke. And a chair.
Well, we'll be right back, folks, after we find Carmen a new chair and sit her far enough away from Seb that he can't destroy that one too. And we're back. One chair fewer, but still going strong.
Carmen has been resigned to a chair without wheels, unfortunately.
Which is bullshit. Seb broke the chair.
Sorry, Seb needs to be able to access all the equipment. He's our guy in the chair. Can't give the guy in the chair a crappy chair. That's just cruel.
He's just watching the feed. I can watch the feed.
I'm not watching. I'm maintaining.
Does the feed need maintaining right now?
No.
Then you're just watching.
I'm on call, like a doctor, but for the computer.
Oh, and there she goes, wheels be damned.
Alright, legs. How did I forget about legs?
Not that this isn't entertaining, but honestly, you two, save it for after the show. You can beat up each other then.
Promise.
Finn, you just gonna let that happen?
Normally I'd say not a chance, but you did no homo waterboard me and then send me out into the wintry wilds with nothing but a towel, so...
It was for your own good.
And so is this beating. Probably. Who knows? I just want to see it happen, honestly.
Can we please get back on track?
Fine. So, as we said, we got a key to the creepy library basement, and we were fairly certain that our sketchy friends over at the Brotherhood of Oak and Ash were meeting there regularly. So, we hatched a scheme.
Even Carmen hatched a scheme.
I helped. I gave moral support.
If they well and truly thought that they had dealt with us, then they might have let their guard down just a little bit.
So, all we had to do was plant a bug in the meeting room and record a meeting.
Plant a bug?
Okay, fine. I just thought it sounded cooler than hiding a video camera and hoping the battery didn't run out.
And we have access to video equipment.
I went in, grabbed the smallest camera I could find, a fully charged battery, and we were off.
Although, one small snag in the plan right off the bat. You're only allowed access to the basement rooms if you register. The only thing down there is some storage and a few private meeting rooms for studying and whatever the Sons of Whitehead are doing.
Any student can rent them out, but there is the possibility that we are still being watched, and if any of the four of us put our names down to register a meeting room, I doubt that the Brotherhood would overlook that.
So sneaking in with our friend's key is really the only option, and even then there's no guarantee they won't have people watching us.
So what we needed was a distraction, and luckily for us, we had the perfect excuse to cause a commotion.
It was not so lucky for Valerie, however. For the record, Valerie, I'm so sorry, you don't deserve any of this BS.
What are you calling BS? Ulterior motives or no, I put my heart and soul into this apology, and frankly, at this point, I'm a little hurt that my apology has not been accepted.
For those of you who may have forgotten, or if you're tuning in for the first time tonight, first of all, sorry, you must be extremely lost right now, and you should probably go back to previous episodes first. Second, you may recall Finn's ad read faux pas a little while ago. Finn read what was supposed to be an anonymous ad, and then outed Valerie for a mistake she made at the bookstore to all of our listeners. She's been angry about it ever since.
It was an honest mistake, I promise.
It was an ad read. You could have fixed it with editing.
But it was such a good first take, and besides, it came in handy now, so you're not allowed to criticize.
I definitely am, but I'll set it aside for now. Since then, Finn has been trying to apologize in increasingly extravagant ways. Our campus seems to be well aware of this by now, so it wouldn't at all be out of the ordinary for Finn to make a grand gesture.
And let me tell you, dear listeners, it was exhilarating. My first and best love will always be the stage, but boy is it a pure adrenaline rush performing on the street.
Street? What street? It was the library.
I mean in public, Eve. No script, no rules, nothing to rely on but your own burning passion for the art of...
Finn rewrote a love song into an apology song and sang it in the library.
Must you undercut everything I say?
I wouldn't if you just get to the point.
Fine then. My rewritten version of Amy Winehouse's Valerie was a sight to behold. All eyes were on me as I bared my soul and asked for forgiveness.
All eyes were on you because you were singing at the top of your lungs in a fucking library, you dickhead.
Honestly, she looked kind of embarrassed by the whole thing. I'm sorry, Valerie.
But that is exactly what we were looking for. All eyes on Finn.
That way, Carmen and Seb could make their way to the basement and plant the camera.
Just Carmen, actually.
Why didn't you go with her? Why don't you please forgive me, Valerie? Valerie. Why don't Won't you please forgive me, Valerie?
You recorded it? Yeah, I thought she was going to slap you. Not missing that. Plus, any idiot can hit record. I was at least 80% sure Carmen could handle it.
Seb, I swear I will end you.
Big talk for a woman with no wheels.
For fuck's sake, knock it off.
Yes, Miss Pemberly.
Oh, gross, never do that again. In any case, one musical number later, and we had everything set up.
So, after being kicked out of the library and Valerie still not accepting my apology,
As well she shouldn't at this point.
we all met up back here to watch the live feed, popped some popcorn, sat back, and waited for the Brotherhood to reveal their secrets.
At first, everything seemed to go according to plan. But as the first few members started trickling in, it became pretty apparent that we'd overlooked something pretty big.
I had gotten the smallest, least noticeable camera, sure, but what I failed to notice myself was that it didn't have a microphone on it.
Which made us panic. It felt like another plan had gone straight down the drain.
Until Seb had a simple but brilliant idea. Why not just go and attend?
No. Not brilliant. Stupid. Dangerous and stupid. I cannot believe the two of you did that.
Yeah, but it worked.
Thinking quickly, I put in a quick call to XX Burning Bridges XX.
I still can't believe you kept talking to him after everything.
Well, I was trying to ascertain once and for all whether he really was a member of the Brotherhood. Jury's still out on that one. But not what matters now. See, while BB is rather cautious nowadays, he was quite adventurous back when he was a student, and after I brought up to him that there's a mysterious group meeting in the library's basement, I remember he told me about a time he'd followed the flies to the library. They too disappeared down into the basement. So, I got him on the line to ask him what they wore to this thing.
Luckily, the dress code didn't ask for anything extravagant. He said that the only unifying factor is that they wore white jackets, some of them wore hoods, but the kicker here, they all had some sort of masquerade mask that they carried inside.
Secret societies are weird. Luckily, our theater department did Phantom of the Opera last year, so masquerade masks and white coats, easy to get.
Could have done without the puffy shirt though.
You weren't going to wear a white blazer without a good shirt, Seb. Would have looked awful.
I had a white hoodie at the dorm.
There wasn't time. So, quick costume change. I grabbed a wireless directional mic from the AV room, and we were off. Undercover, behind enemy lines.
Like I said, dangerous and stupid.
Just stupid enough to work. We snuck into the library, waited for a small crowd of incoming members, slipped on our masks, and voila! We were in.
I can't believe any of this worked.
Well, erasing any sort of paper trail has to have its fallbacks. To be as untraceable as possible, they have no registry, no record, existing only with word of mouth. The masks and so-called uniform must be their only way of identifying you unless they know you personally. And honestly, I bet a lot of them don't even know each other personally. If one of them is caught, it'd be so easy for them to give each other up.
So you slip through the front door, no one knows you, but everyone assumes at least someone does, and therefore no one questions it.
Absolutely brilliant.
Sheer dumb luck, but I can't argue with the results.
And thus, dear listeners, I give you irrefutable proof of the Brotherhood's existence. We apologize for the audio quality. Some of this was from inside my pocket. Do you think people can hear me okay?
Yes.
Do you think it's noticeable?
Only if you keep talking directly into your breast pocket. People coming. Mask up.
You're late. Move it. That the last of you? Yes, sir. All right. Just be patient. We might not get to you tonight. A lot to go over. Just head inside and be quiet.
Can human nature not survive without a listener?
Admonished by the brothers, let every
babbler be. The only secret people keep is immortality. Welcome, brothers, keepers of the dark.
Custodit omnia
tenebris. Custodit omnia tenebris. In the darkness, we do our best work. And tonight, our main order of business is the ongoing issue of Miss Pemberly and Mr. Nightingale.
With all due respect, Magus, are we still worried about them? They either drop their current line of questioning, or they lose their platform entirely. They're cornered.
Tell me, Presser, when you're hunting an animal, is the hunt over when you've cornered it?
I don't hunt, Magus.
No, I didn't think so. Because when you've got your prey backed into a corner, that's the precise moment it's most dangerous. With desperation comes unpredictability. Now more than ever is the time to be one step ahead.
I say we keep pushing to get their podcast taken down and canceled. Should only take a few calls.
Make it so they have nothing left to lose? Out of the question. Unpredictability is the enemy. We've broken their spirits, and although I'd rather their attention not be on us, it's at least away from what really matters now. I'd rather they be focused on us than it.
Excuse me, Magus.
Yes, Indicator.
This may sound petty, but I think we should drive a wedge between Eve and Finn.
No. If Pemberly and Nightingale break apart, the boy will have no one holding him back, and he'll keep coming for us. Nightingale alone is dangerous off-leash.
Respectfully, Magus, I disagree. I've seen them together in classes, or just hanging out, listened to their podcast. I honestly don't think it's possible to drive them apart.
Then what's the point of driving a wedge between them?
Because Finn needs Eve more than Eve needs Finn. Eve wants to drop it and move on to something else, and that disagreement between them isn't going away. He'll cave just to keep her around.
Not to rain on your parade, Indicator, but there's another option. He wouldn't drop it. Drugging and kidnapping the bastard only made him more determined. The girl is the only one with credibility. Without anyone to calm him down, his wild theories would seem like lunacy, sure. But even a lone lunatic can be dangerous.
Not lone, Clayton. His loyal followers would likely flock after their messiah. And the mess they would make? Not worth the time spent on cleanup.
Watch where you're going, asshole.
Not a lunatic if I'm right, you jerks.
And ripping off Emily Dickinson's poetry for your little sausage fest? Bad form, assholes.
Stealing from lesbians is a time-honored evil guy tradition, apparently.
That's more than enough to launch an investigation. One of them even admitted to the kidnapping. Didn't you, Clayton?
And you better believe we're making copies as we speak. Soon as we get all this edited and cleaned up, it's going up on our website, to the dean, hell, even the police. Whatever it takes to get these creeps exposed. Nothing can stop us now but the hand of God. Never fear, Finn and his trusty phone are here. The show will go on.
Finn, did you hear anything scheduled tonight? I thought you were on a mailing list for building updates.
I didn't see any notices about power outages. Oh, hang on. I got a flashlight on my phone.
Okay, good idea. Let's get some light in here.
Jesus, Seb, how's your screen that bright?
Fucking magnets.
What?
Stupid questions get stupid answers. Now what the hell is happening?
Well, the power's out.
A+ deduction, Sherlock.
Shut up. I'm trying to think. We need to stay calm.
There's nothing calm about this. Power cut right now? Fuck calm.
Shit. Hey guys, come look outside. The buildings on the other side of the plaza still lit up.
Fucking knew it.
Shit. Okay, any chance this could be an accident?
Yeah, could be.
Carmen, no. Put that away. No knives.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm with the knife-wielding gremlin this time.
Put the chair down.
It's already broken. Might as well throw it at someone.
Look, you're right. Something is clearly happening, but confronting... Finn, what are you doing? Is that a fucking stapler?
I don't have a knife, Eve.
I don't want to get into a fight here, but listen. Fights aren't like in the movies, okay? If they get close to you, you should run or throw things.
Cute. Now can we move rooms? This place only has one door we can escape through.
Wait, doors.
No, door, singular. One way in, one way out, genius.
No, you dickhead. Exterior doors. Eve, lock the door quickly. All the exterior doors in this building use electronic locks. They don't open in a power outage.
Which means we can't leave the building.
It also means if someone's coming for us, they're already in the building with us.
I mean, they're not after us, right? They can't, kill us or anything, right?
Just like they not killed Amber? Just like they not abducted you?
So... Shit. I guess we just wait and hope the lock holds?
Shit.
Fuck.
What a surprise to find you here at this time of night.
Yes, well, actually we have this room booked tonight, I'm afraid.
A shame that. It seems our schedules have collided. Isn't that the darndest thing?
Isn't it just? But from the shape of those bags we're carrying, I'd say hockey practice? This late at night?
It's always a good time to practice. I bet you think you're clever.
And I bet you think you're better than everyone else.
I'm afraid I'm not here to moralize with a fucking thespian.
Wow, you said that like it's a dirty word.
Because it is a dirty word. If you were any good, I'd call you an actor.
You knew.
Of course we did.
You knew this whole time. You knew we were meeting tonight.
We're hardly amateurs, as you'd have your listeners believe.
But we only decided to meet when...
I think the cylinders are all firing now.
Valerie ratted us out.
That bitch.
Val never did like Finn, I'm afraid.
God damn it. Seriously? After all I did to apologize to her?
Oh, Finn, no. The day after you called her out, she just couldn't shut up about it. Absolutely livid, embarrassed. How could you do that to my dear Val?
Says the guys who abducted me. What the hell?
Just business, I'm afraid. And speaking of business, I take issue with your little friends poking their noses into ours.
Yeah, and I could say the same. You're the ones accosting us in the middle of the night and cutting the power.
Business is real cutthroat these days.
You know you won't get away with this forever. If not us, then someone else will bring the truth to light. Justice always prevails in the end.
He really has no idea.
You don't even know what you're dealing with.
Finn, you have to...
Stop using my name.
We're wasting time here. Stop chattering and cut to the chase.
Here's how this works. Val told me about your little infiltration stint, so this will be a very simple transaction. You're going to give us those recordings, and we're going to leave like nothing happened. Everyone gets out of here safe and sound, and we all go about our lives.
You've tried and failed to silence us before. What makes you think you can stop us?
By all means, feel free to continue your little crusade. Who's going to believe the unproven ramblings of a proven madman?
And the alternative?
We came armed.
Eve, you can't seriously be considering this.
I'm seriously considering not letting you get the shit beat out of you with a hockey stick. That's what I'm considering.
Think hard. We all just want to get out of this and be safe in our beds tonight, don't we? Sebastian, you seem like
what, cunt?
Okay, forget I ever asked.
Fuck.
Eve, please.
Give him the USB, Finn.
If we don't...
Finn.
Fine.
Thank you, Finn. Now, gentlemen, collect their phones.
Excuse me?
Fucking try me.
A USB, really? Do you think I was born yesterday? Take any phones, laptops, external storage devices, check YouTube accounts, Twitter profiles, Facebook, browsing history for backups. Dropbox storage, cloud storage, local storage, scrub any copies clean.
Yeah, you want to take someone's phone? How about mine? Come on, you little fuck. Try me.
Finn, hand over your phone, and we can make this easy.
I don't have my phone. I left it at home.
What's that in your pocket? Are you recording this?
What is that?
A knife!
Fuck!
You just finished listening to Englewood After Dark episode 10, starring Dennis Ortman as Finn Nightingale, Hannah Brown as Eve Pemberly, Mars Dizon as Carmen Feran, CJ Macaulay as Seb Westwick, Ostie Hobbs as Chuck, Arden Shane as the Magus, CobaltKobold as Clayton, Joel A.S. Butler as Brotherhood Member 1, and ShotPhoenix as Brotherhood Member 2. Written and sound designed by Hannah Brown, Dennis Ortman, and A. Rose. Find out more on our website at englewoodafterdark.com. If you're interested in joining the community, there's also a link to our Discord server in the description.